Zachary in Seneca, South Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning. I agree with a lot of what the Congresswoman said about dual enrollment. I'm a junior in college, and I had 40-something college credits going into hot college, so that definitely helped out. And I definitely agree with the junior college. I have a 2-year degree at a technical college, and a lot of my friends that graduated with me are making lots of money. But I kind of felt the drive to go to a 4-year college, so now I'm here. And I do have student loans, and I have a good bit, and I'm in a science math field, so, I mean, I feel like I definitely will be able to pay them off. But one thing that's always kind of like made me wonder is if the government were to cut loans and cut a lot of the government funding that they give to college students right now, I feel like it would force colleges to cut how much they charge. And
Zachary, let's take that point and have the Congresswoman respond to it.
Yes. Well, we know that there is a direct correlation between increased federal spending for education and increase in tuition. We have proven that over the years. So Zachary's on to something. The more we give to colleges and universities and to students for educational expenses, the higher tuition goes. He's absolutely right about this, and congratulations, Zachary, on being so smart as to get dual credit by having 40-some hours. That's fantastic. You saved yourself a year's worth college expenses by doing that, over a year's worth, and then going to a 2-year school, you saved a lot more. I would say, Zachary, you're also very smart because you know you're in science and math, and you have a much better chance of getting a job which will allow you to pay off those loans. But I hope you look very, very carefully, Zachary, at how much you are borrowing, because that will stay with you for the rest of your life. And that's something not a lot of students understand, I think. Many students don't understand that they're taking on debt that they have to repay, and they need to be counseled very carefully, and that's something else our committee is very much concerned about.
Congresswoman, we were showing our viewers as you were speaking the cover of the Star Ledger in New Jersey, courtesy of the museum, higher cost of education. Most of New Jersey's 4-year public colleges are charging first-year students at least $200 more in in-state tuition and mandatory fees this school year, while the majority of private colleges raise their sticker price at least $1,000. This according to a survey. Let's hear from Evelyn in Chicago, a teacher. Welcome to the conversation.
Hi. I just wanted to say that I think some of the things that should be changed, they need to go back to the tier system, because the one curriculum fits all is not working. Full inclusion is not working. The classroom size should be cut in half. Special education for children who have cognitive delay and behavior problems. They need special ed teachers, which most schools don't want to pay for because they have to pay more. And also, we need to be looking at Finland. The Finland curriculum, it's very important that we understand that our curriculum may or may not be addressing our and providing the kind of education they need to progress and go through the world system, because this is a global economy. Our children don't even speak but one language, and they don't do that very well. Syntax and grammar is ridiculous in this country. So those are my suggestions for the congressmen and senators and educators, especially administrators. They need to look at those problems.
All right, Evelyn. Congresswoman.
Well, I would say what Evelyn is bringing up is the issue of local control. Too much is done in Washington to try to micromanage the schools. We give money in small segments, in categories, and again, this is hardworking taxpayer dollars. We'd be so much better off at the federal level if we weren't taxing at the high rate, skimming some of that money off for federal bureaucracy and then turning some of it back to the states and localities. We need to allow the states and localities to make the decisions as to how to spend the money that they have and how to organize the schools. I think I've been in many, many classrooms, and I see the range of students that Evelyn is talking about. You know, they have anywhere from special needs students in the classroom all the way up to extremely bright students, and the teachers are having to deal with that. And we all know that there are needs sometimes that a teacher can't take care of, even in a classroom of 21 or 22. Evelyn is right that smaller class sizes do make a difference if you can get the size down to about 15. But most schools couldn't handle that because of the space that would be required. We do have good class sizes now in most schools. Again, parental involvement, excellent principals, excellent teachers, and more local control would make a huge difference in the way the schools operate.
Claudia is watching in Flint, Michigan, a parent. Hi there, Claudia.
Hi. What I was calling for, I'm here in Flint. We have a governor here by the name of Rick Snyder. He's a Republican. He is a Republican governor, and he has been reaping havoc since he came into office here. First, he started out by poisoning all the water here in Flint, Michigan. It's over 100,000 people living here. He done poisoned men, women, and children. And he went before Congress, and they questioned him, and they let him go, along with his emergency management crew, Mr. Early, who has reaped havoc over in Detroit, which is they're reaping havoc there now with the school system. They're threatening to close down over 50 or more public schools in Detroit. And he is a Republican, like this lady sitting here talking right now. When you get back to where you're supposed to be going to do your job, I wish you look Mr. Governor Rick Snyder up and get him out of our mayor's business and let her do what she's supposed to do.
Okay, Claudia. Congresswoman, do you have any thoughts on what's happening in the Michigan education system?
Well, unfortunately, you know, Michigan, Detroit used to be, if not the most successful city in the country, one of the most successful. And it breaks everybody's heart to see what's happened in Detroit, to see what's happened in Flint. And there's plenty of blame to go around in Flint. And I believe Governor Snyder has apologized for the problems in Flint, for the part the state played in it. But there's not just one blame there. There's a lot of blame to go around, and we've heard lots about Flint in the Congress from their member of Congress, and most of us are well aware of the problems there. But in terms of education, it is, again, up to the states and the localities to decide what to do about that. It is not the role of the federal government to dictate what happens in Detroit or Flint in terms